How are we doing there, boys and girls? Manthieus here, and welcome back to another video. You'll have to excuse the fact that there's no camera on this one. I'm currently recording this at about 1 o'clock in the morning and do not look ready for camera. But I thought I wanted to put this little video together. Just simply, this is a bit of a continuation from the Artisans Metal video we did a couple of days ago. In that video, we went over the primary uses for Artisans Metal, and we additionally looked at some of the ways you can go about getting it. And this is what we want to talk about today. One of the significant ways of gaining Artisans Metal has just been changed. It looks like they've hotfixed this, and this is going to have a little bit of an effect on something that was being referred to as the Profession Shuffle. Now, Artisans Metal, we established in the last video that as an item, it's going to be quite a sought after material. You're going to need more of it and more of it the more you get, deeper into your profession, and especially when you start looking at crafting the very best of the best gear, you're going to need a huge amount of this. Not just crafting the best of the best gear, but also the profession equipment. We talked about the profession tools and how actually getting the best quality profession tools is going to be a really big advantage for you. Most of the end game crafted tools and the accessories are somewhere in the region of 200 to 300 Artisans Metal per item, which is going to get quite expensive quite quickly. All of this led people to start sort of, brainstorming and coming up with ways and means of just getting more Artisans Metal. Are there any loopholes that could be, jumped through? Are there any clever use of game mechanics to get more of this? And this led to a discussion about, well, these first-time craft bonuses. Whenever you craft something for the very first time, you gain a first-time craft bonus. Now, under normal circumstances, we understand this to give you a knowledge point, a single knowledge point to use in your specialization trees. It was also known to give you 5 Artisans Metal. This knowledge alone got people thinking a little bit more. Well, how many first-time craft bonuses are there possible with each and every profession? People started to do some maths. I even did a little bit of the maths myself. If I actually bring up my Dragonflight Goldmaking cheat sheet real quickly, I even went as far as making a little table for this. I made a little table trying to work out, well, just exactly how many Artisans Metal can be obtained. I was obviously not the only one that did this, but I very quickly came to the conclusion that, well, you can get a lot of it if you cycle through all of the professions. If you then take a profession, pick up blacksmithing, get all the first-time craft bonuses from blacksmithing, drop that profession, and then move on to the next one, and so on and so on. Clearly, this is, very much in the category of clever use of game mechanics. Harvesting these first-time craft bonuses for Artisans Metal was probably not something that was an intended method of gameplay. And it appears that somebody at Blizzard thinks the same. This has been quite drastically adjusted in this last beta build so that the first time craft bonus, at least on the entry level stuff, at least on the basic stuff you get whilst leveling your profession, doesn't necessarily always give you those 5 Artisans Metal anymore. Hopefully, I can simulate this for you on video here. We have the Skinner's Cap, which is quite an early recipe. If we craft this one now, I still technically have not made one of these previously. You'll see just in the bottom here, now we only received a single Artisans Metal for crafting it. We still got the leatherworking knowledge, but we only got 1 Artisans Metal for our effort. It does appear that if you start crafting some of the top end stuff, some of the higher end stuff, things that you're going to have to really start leveling your profession up in some detail, that when you craft these, here we go, you do still gain the 5 Artisans Metal. I'm not entirely sure how easy this is to see on the video, but in the bottom left hand corner there, you do still gain the full 5 Artisans Metal on bigger, more end game-esque recipes and patterns. This is clearly to prevent this shuffle mechanic from being a thing. I personally, I'm a little bit biased on this, that I'm kind of quite glad that this got hotfixed before the game went live. I suspected it might be the case because it did feel a little bit you know, a bit degenerate play style, to be honest. And especially it goes quite far against Blizzard's mindset for the professions. Blizzard were quite keen for professions to stand out as a pillar of play. They also wanted you as a blacksmith or you as a leatherworker to get into the role playing aspect of that. They wanted you to feel as if that you are, you know, a strong blacksmith or a strong leatherworker or whatever the profession may be. And if you had to then continuously drop professions and take new ones to do all of this sort of degeneracy, it was clearly unintended. So they have made this little subtle change to it. Now, obviously, between me recording this video and Dragonflight going live, they could change a whole bunch of other stuff. But I just thought I should get this information out there. I'm seeing a lot of questions about this Artisans Metal shuffle, and this for me pretty much puts the topic of conversation to bed, that the likelihood that you're going to do this is super slim to none. Now, one final point on this: the gathering professions may be somewhere where you may still want to do this. If you're not overly attached to your professions, generally as they stand right now, you might consider picking up herbalism. You might then consider picking up mining whilst you're doing your leveling of your character, because then as you fly around and as you complete all of your quests in all of the 4 zones, you can be picking up some herbs, making a bit of gold at the same time. You are able to get first time gather bonuses through the gathering professions. This seems to have been unaffected, although, you know, it's only a hotfix away by the looks of things before they change that as well. So, well, yeah, that's about all I've got for you today, boys and girls. I'll leave it there for this one. Let me know what you think about this. Like I said, my personal opinion is I'm quite glad to see the back of this. I didn't particularly feel best impressed about maybe having to drop professions that I've had for a long time to feel competitive in Dragonflight. I would like to stick with my main professions that I've had for a long time, and I'm glad we can now finally do this without too much worries or concerns. So yeah, give the video a like if you enjoyed it, boys and girls. Consider subscribing if you're new around here, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.